Today, we're going to talk about how to research your pilot audition. Before I get started with today's tip, I want to make sure you're registered for a free teleseminar on Thursday that will help you build the relationships that you need to get into rooms this pilot season. It's called The 3 Biggest Mistakes Actors Make in Casting Director and Agent Workshops and How You Can Avoid Them, and you can click on the link to register. And now let's talk about how to research pilot material. Auditioning for a pilot can be a little tricky compared to regular episodic auditions because the shows haven't aired yet, and so you don't really have an idea of what the show's about, what the tone of the show is, and those are all really crucial for preparing for an audition. So I have some tips to help you with that. Tip number 1 is to read the breakdowns for all of the characters in the show, including your own. This will help you establish what the other characters are and what they're looking for. My second tip is to try to get a script. Sometimes your agent will be able to provide you with a script, and sometimes they won't. So use all the resources at your disposal to find them. I have a writer friend who always gives me scripts. Tip number 3 is to research everyone involved with the project. That includes the writers, who are also executive producers usually, casting, the studio, the network, the director. Oftentimes, their body of work can give you clues as to the tone of the show and the things that they like to do. Tip number 4 is to keep your eye on online outlets that are sources of information about pilots. Some of my favorites are castingabout.com, The Hollywood Reporter, Variety, The Futon Critic, Deadline. These are all great sources of information. I recommend that you follow them on Twitter to keep up to date on the latest information. And last but not least, tip number 5 is to ask questions. Find out what your agent or your manager knows about the show. And if you can't find out much information, don't hesitate to ask questions of the casting director during the pre-read. If the casting director is not super familiar with your work, they'll usually call you in for a pre-read audition, and that's a great time to ask more in-depth questions and learn more about the show. In next week's episode of Guru Tips, I'm going to share some tips to nail your pilot audition, so be sure to subscribe here so you don't miss it. And don't forget to register for Thursday's teleseminar. I'm going to share some tips that will help you nail your casting director workshops. I'll talk to you then.